Hi, welcome. I had uploaded a video earlier today. It's about Halloween, favorite Halloween themed TV shows from the past, and I hope you enjoy it. I'm proud that when I was editing it, I discovered some techniques like text and close-up shots, and so forth. So I hope that you see it. I hope that you see my improvements in it, and hopefully it'll garner some improvements in people watching. That's not what I wanted to talk about. I want to talk about this cosplay thing that I've taken up. Well, I don't want to necessarily talk about the cosplay itself, but I've I've been doing this cosplay for since around January 2021. That's really when I marked and it involves fluctuating one's voice. So I had done some voice fluctuation lessons and some pitch lessons, and that's similar to what singers do for practicing their singing and vocal talent. So me being somebody interested in entertainment and having these ideas I want to share, and I tend to be uh, connected with my emotions and thoughts. Um, for a little while in high school, I wrote some poetry, primarily to impress somebody, and so I had thought about just off the top of my head, just like almost fantasy. What if, you may have thought about these what if moments yourself. Uh, I had thought of going taking it further, um, something like with the Groundlings, like Pee Wee Herman, Paul Rubens took on this persona of Pee Wee Herman, and Cassandra Peterson took up this uh, image of Elvira, so forth. There's knocking around. I'm in an apartment building, so I don't know if somebody's knocking at the front door. I hope not. Um, so I thought about, and I've been developing this 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 other guise for myself, and I noted down about 4 songs. I haven't composed songs before, but I'm very interested in learning how to compose the songs. That means writing the lyrics, writing the musical composition, the notes, and so forth. I learned about the circle of fifths, and I have my genre figured out. It would be 1980s nostalgia. I would be dressed in like a 1980s garb. I have that largely thought out, I think. I just wanted to share with you, and I'm going to put this in my creative playlist. I have 2 playlists on my channel. I don't know if you can notice, but I have a showcase playlist and I have an introspection playlist, and those are 2 very different things. My overall channel, I'm thinking of changing the title to Visionary Ventures. But anyway, I just wanted to share. Now, these are very rough ideas. I just wanted to share some of the song concepts. Um, the first song um, deals with, I'll just say roughly, that they're addressing I and you. Like I've noticed many times in music, at least in the 1980s pop rock music that I'm trying to replicate or model these after. They're very much directed to you and I, and there's no gender involved, which relates to my cosplay, um, which makes it easier. The song, these aren't the lyrics. These are just basically the themes and thoughts I wanted to express. In this first song, I wanted to say that we may never, speaking of this other person, may never speak again, but I'm wishing you well in life. And um, there's misunderstanding that I thought I was totally, I was the one fully at fault, and I didn't realize what was going on. And uh, as I'm writing these movies, as I'm slip of the tongue, as I'm writing these songs, I'm trying to write them. I'm trying to base a certain thing in them in every song. Uh, Something that goes with what I learned in Dramatica about having two equally true statements that can't coexist, and that's true conflict. So I thought the more meaningful songs would tend to have that conflict between two values or two statements that can't coexist. Let me see. The next song, um, and I'm not mentioning anybody in particular. Uh, this next song would be sung to somebody who's famous and who the person doesn't know that I exist. I find that all four of these songs, these four songs, I wanted to make sure that they were universal. I was really drawing from my own heart and my own soul and my own thoughts. And I won't reveal who they're about. No singer, I think, really should or does. But if you draw from your own experience, like you do when writing a screenplay, then it comes across as more genuine. So I'm singing about this person who's famous, who's in the limelight, and the person doesn't know I exist. Would I merit being able to meet with that person or be with that person? Am I delusional? I'm trying, and I'm trying to become a part of a bigger world, and then a status keeping us apart versus I don't deserve to be in that bigger world. Yet it pushes me to do better in my own creativity. And then the third song is about feeling alone, feeling different, and someday they're going to see my name in lights. I'll tell you that a lot of this draws from stuff from my earlier years, like teen years. This draws from primarily being in high school and cliques and nobody really taking time or the effort to get to know me. And there's the social barrier, and I kept to myself. Outside of school, I was very proud and I knew who I was. It's just that I felt that there was no common communication level between myself and the other people, other students at school. And I thought that if I became famous someday soon after high school, that they would know, like through my creativity, through my creative expression of who I really am, they would actually finally know my personality and that I'm not a weirdo, that I'm not a loner, that I'm not just somebody that nobody knows about. And the fourth song, I'm singing to somebody who flirts with me sometimes, occasionally like foot under the table or this kind of stuff. And I'm wondering if the person was really acting sincerely or genuinely, or whether the person was just playing with my heart. And I like that expression, playing with my heart. It sounds very much like Paula Abdul. I think it's the song Straight Up by Paula Abdul. That came to mind. So those are some of the songs that came to my mind. And I have in mind kinds of costumes I like to wear. And again, 1980s nostalgia. and not just nostalgia, but 1980s motif and iconography, but yet I want to come across as original and just in the style of what it would have looked like in the 1980s, but being genuine and writing genuine songs and going through the, I don't want to say routine, but going through the steps and the process of what it would take to become a singer, or at least perform something, if only reciting these things like poetry on a stage. I've watched those music videos from the 1980s that seemed very successful, that seemed well done, like, for example, Michael Jackson, Madonna, Prince, Cyndi Lauper, Pat Benatar, trying to see what made those iconically, first of all, 1980s, in my opinion, and two, very successful, and what appealed to what attracted me to them, what about them appeals to me. And I noticed there's a gimmick that ties in with imagery, like Prince has a song 1999, and it's very much like Judgment Day and the end of the world or the end of something. It's something you can practically hold on to. And Madonna's song, a lot of Madonna's songs are very visual. Material Girl, it's very much about wealth strewn throughout the entire song. And Michael Jackson, of course, has very rhythmic sounds and melodies. A lot of these songs have very recognizable, instantly recognizable melodies. I want to make sure that the songs that I compose have those instantly recognizable melodies. I've heard songs, for example, listening to them on the radio when I drive to work. They play 1980s, they alternate between 1980s and modern times, and modern times meaning like 2000 and onward. And the ones from the 1980s seem much more instantly recognizable in terms of instrumental and melody and the actual music, the notes being played. So again, the imagery is very strong, I think, in these 1980s songs, and I'm cognizant of it, and I'm going to put it in these songs. So I'm still going to go through with that for as long as it takes. For how long I can be able to do it. I don't know if there's an end game with this, but I figure in life, one of my truisms in life is that you might as well just be creative, and maybe something will lead you somewhere. So I'll leave with that, and this is a quick video, and I wish you good day and good fortune in the week ahead. Thanks. Bye.